done it, guys. I found a way to become invisible. I'm gonna be talking the whole review invisible. Woo! Okay. Not really. So, welcome back. It's your boy, the Tatumeister, with another movie review. Yes. So, The Invisible Man. Exciting stuff, I know. So, yes, this was a very slightly anticipated movie for a lot of people. The trailer wasn't that good. Now everybody loves it. And while, yes, the movie is really great, I've seen it now, it isn't perfect.
What did you say, nigga?
I know, I'm sorry. I know, don't kill me, everybody. Just hold your horses. I did really like the movie. I liked it a lot, but I didn't think it was the best movie of 2020, which is the best horror movie ever. Some people are kind of overrating it a bit. I still like the movie a lot. I'm going to get into positives first, but there are just some things I'm going to talk about. So, The Invisible Man is directed by Lawel Warnell, I think his name is. He's also the same guy who did Upgrade. I've not seen Upgrade, but and starring Elizabeth Moss as the lady that gets tortured by the Invisible Man. The Invisible Man is her ex-husband, fiance, I guess, ex-husband. Yeah, ex-husband. So, yeah, she gets stalked by him. He has the power to turn invisible. Now, I won't spoil what happens in the movie because it's pretty crazy, all the twists that happen. So this is a non-spoiler review because there's lots of stuff that happened in this movie I can't spoil. It's kind of like Knives Out. But anyway, so The Invisible Man. Yeah. For once, we have a really good Universal horror monster movie for the first time in a long time. I was pretty impressed with this movie. Now, here are the positives. So, Elizabeth Moss's performance. Now, I don't know much about Elizabeth Moss, but her performance in this movie was freaking great. I mean, nobody can deny. She was freaking great in this movie. I mean, she had me, like, worried. Like, bro, I felt everything this lady was going through in this movie. I mean, she was just having a tough time in this movie, right? Like, everything was against her. And then, like, another great thing about the movie is the cinematography and the direction. It's really great. I mean, seriously, just a well-made movie. From beginning to end, you're kind of at the edge of your seat. You're wondering what's going to happen. I mean, it's freaking crazy. The story is really good. Now, is it the best story ever? No, but it's a really good story. And the movie isn't really trying to be what it ain't. I mean, the movie is basically an Invisible Man movie, and it's very well done for an Invisible Man movie. The other characters are also really good. I like the dynamics between Elizabeth Moss's character and everybody else. I forget her name in the movie, the main character's name. Elizabeth. I think it's... I don't remember. I can't remember. But the characters were great. All the characters were great. Lots of great special effects. Lots of great, just a lot of great things. Music, everything. It's just a really great movie. I mean, it's enough for positives. I mean, that's basically the gist. So, here are the negatives. What did I not like about Invisible Man? Well, I mean, it's not to say I didn't like anything about it. It's just that it felt pretty basic. I mean, some people were saying this was like the most remarkable horror movie to come out in years, like the greatest horror movie to be made, the best horror movie since like whatever. I'm like, bro. I mean, the movie's great, but I think this is kind of getting to like, bro. I kind of like Birds of Prey and Underwater a little more than this. Not saying I'm discrediting this movie, but to be fair, I kind of prefer those movies. Honestly, I don't know. Am I wrong to say that? I mean, they're about tied, but I don't know. I have to think about how I'm gonna rate this thing at the end, but I think the movie's just biggest flaw is the story is kind of like either like it or you don't. There's some parts I didn't like about it. I mean, the story's really good, beginning to end. There's so many great twists and so many great things they add. And then there's just some things that's like, why'd you do that, I mean, I'm not going to spoil what happens, but why'd you do that, though? Like, it's just some things that are going to make you say that. And it's like, I feel like this if they're setting up, I know they're not setting up sequels or anything, but if they're going to set up future stuff, I feel like they kind of, messed it up there. I get it, it's supposed to be a standalone thing, but, let me think. And the biggest thing is this movie has, like, no rewatchability, like, factor at all. I mean, once you've seen the movie, you're kind of like, okay, now I know everything that happens. There's no point in me watching this now. Because once you watch it that first time, I mean, it's amazing the first time. It's fantastic. But I'm kind of like, well, now I know everything that's going to happen, so why do I want to rewatch this now? I mean, that goes a lot for a lot of movies, but seriously, this movie, I mean, there's so much crap that happens, so many twists, that once you know everything that happens in the movie, it kind of takes away from rewatching it. I mean, it's just sad to say, because I like this movie a lot, but once you've seen it the first time, it's like, bro, I know everything that happened now. I mean, the whole reason I was loving this movie to know what happened. Now I know everything that happened, but it's kind of like Knives Out in a sense, and other movies like that. But hey, honestly, Knives Out is still really enjoyable, though. I say this and Knives Out are about tied. They're for different reasons, but what other negatives I can say? I don't know. It's really good. I mean, there's just missed potential, I guess, I mean, it's not perfect by any means. I've seen people that are saying this is the best horror movie since, like, one of the best horror movies of all time is kind of an exaggeration, but I did think this was really good. I mean, it's really well crafted, really well written. I just didn't like some of the story elements they did with it, and I didn't like, some of the choices they made. I didn't like the fact that once you've seen it the first time, there's no reason to go watch it again because you know everything now. It's like, well, now I know what happened, so it's just not very fun to watch anymore. I mean, it's really good. I mean, it's just a really good for a first time watch to go to the theater and experience it. But I don't know if I'll go watch it again. I mean, I'd rather watch Halloween. I'd rather watch other stuff than Invisible Man. I mean, Invisible Man it really isn't. The biggest thing is it's not trying to be what it isn't. It's an Invisible Man movie. If you're going in to see an awesome Invisible Man movie, handled really well with good twists, is a great movie for you. But if you're expecting something like, Exorcist or Chapter 1, or if you're expecting like some super remarkable horror film, you're not going to get it here. It's just a pretty basic, plot line, pretty basic like horror movie. It's not trying to be what it isn't. And I admire the filmmakers for just making it what it is, because a lot of horror movies just try to be too much, and I don't like that. They try to be like this super remarkable thing, and sometimes it doesn't work. Like Fantasy Island, a lot of people said that sucked. I'm just saying, like, a lot of horror movies suck, but at least Invisible Man's like, we're just gonna make it a simple, nice, enjoyable horror movie. That's what we're doing here. They weren't trying to be anything special, and I admire the filmmakers for that. So overall, it's a really great film. I do recommend it, and I'm gonna give it an 8.4. I mean, it's a really, really great film. It's just not perfect. I feel like they could have adapted the story better. They could have made it longer. They could have made it to where it could have been more rewatchable, because once you know everything that happens, it definitely takes away from watching it again. And I just feel like they could have adapted the characters and story a little better. But other than that, it's really great. I get all the credit. I get all the praise for this movie. I understand why people would love this movie. It's really great. I just don't. For me, it's not really something I'd want to really rewatch a bunch of times. But it's still really good. I admire the filmmaking. So thank you all for watching. The Tatumeister is signing out once again. Bye-bye.